At this hour, we have 33 confirmed positive tests for the virus.
Yesterday we had 22 cases. Today we have 33 cases, so it has gone up by 11. That brings, those are 11 new cases. 22 goes to 33.
As we sort through this here in Arkansas, today we have 33 confirmed positive cases in Arkansas.
As of today, we have 33 confirmed cases with Boston residents. We expect those numbers to climb.
As of this afternoon, we have 33 Pennsylvanians who have tested positive for COVID-19.
So as of this morning, there were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
Evening to you. Lots to get to tonight. I'm Leon Hendricks. We want to start with new information into our newsroom. Within the past couple of hours, there are now 33 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Michigan.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Richard Gearhart. Karina Corral has the night off. More cases of the coronavirus were confirmed today in San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number now to 33.
Right now, Georgia is reporting a total of 99 cases in 19 counties. That is 33 new cases from just yesterday.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Swenson. More cases and more events affected. Here is the latest coronavirus news. There are now 33 cases in Louisiana.
As expected, the number of cases of COVID-19 jumps. A total of 33 people in our state have been tested and are confirmed to have the coronavirus.
Day 4 of the shelter-at-home order brought 6 new confirmed cases of the coronavirus to San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number to 33.
All troopers will be professional, polite, and will treat everyone with dignity and respect.
These latest steps as the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Rhode Island jumps by 33 overnight.
We have some stunning new numbers to share with you of new unemployment claims just made in the past week, Sagar.
Yeah, that's right. So the unemployment claims just broke from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. 3.3 million unemployment claims just in the last week.
Worst trading day in 33 years.
And that brings the total right now actually to 33.
And I say as of today at this hour, we have 33 confirmed positive tests.
As you can see, they love their numerology, and if it's not 33, then it's probably the number 6. Like 666, like triple bitch, ladies and gentlemen. But that's the route that we're on right now. Route 66. Route bitchy bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, moo cows. I mean, they are just playing you from A to Z. You got the predictive programming. They're laughing at you. It's not just that they're rolling out their pandemic and killing people. They're laughing at you the whole way. And, you know, people just want to sit home and just, you know, raise the chickens and hope for the best. And, you know, as the Bible says, faith without works is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody should get motivated. Every generation, every American generation has had to fight for freedom. This is no exception. And right now, the enemy is in the homeland. It's a siege. It's happening in our backyards. It's happening in our city streets. It's happening in our communities, in our towns, everywhere you go, every channel you turn on. There's the tyranny. There's the censorship. There's the Luciferian ideology. Non-stop, ladies and gentlemen. Non-stop. These people are out to get you. And if they're non-stop, we need to be non-stop. Do you notice how we broadcast like as much as we can? Look, I mean, these shows take quite a bit of time. We broadcast as much as we can because these people are not taking a day off. These people have unlimited resources. They've got the networks. They've got the connections. They've got the platforms. They've got everything, and we're just out here trying to hack the matrix. Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing out there? We're broadcasting live on the backup channel, 5G Genocide. We love this crowd that followed us, you know, through thick and thin to the backup channel, you know. So we're going to continue doing live shows for this crowd, and we'll try and present some, affirmative propaganda for the sheeple on the other channels. But we're going to hit the news. We're going to say hi to everybody. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about Beirut, the entire city pretty much devastated. And of course, it might be like another 9/11. I was hearing some videos from over there, and it had the 9/11 sound to it, all the same sirens, from New York 20 years ago. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, their whole Port Authority area has been wiped out, and now they're going to rebuild from the ashes, and the donations are going to come in. There's no telling, why they left that stockpile out there for like 6 years waiting for it to blow up. Somebody was going to hit it, and it could have been anybody, but looks like an inside job. What do you do these days? The planes are 20 miles out, the planes are 10 miles out. Do the orders still stand? Everything we're seeing in the news is basically a distraction right now from the pandemic, because Fauci and Gates have been exposed. And they've got other viruses up next to release. And if we don't expose them and, basically shine the spotlight on them 24/7, they're going to release another one. The only hope you have here is that, they feel a little, bad releasing a virus now that everybody knows they're the ones doing it. If they release a deadlier virus, it's only going to get worse. So we're going to continue to focus on the Gates-Fauci virus. We're investigating whether, they've got patents directly linked to vaccines or other therapies. There's rumors that they exist, that Fauci and Gates have patents and are, going to make money from this directly or indirectly through some kind of shareholding, program. So we're going to see. But we know that these people paid for it, financed it, were there every step of the way. They were running drills that went live, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
I mean, you've seen these types of supercuts and compilations. You know that everything on television is scripted, and they can't actually debate the issues, so they have to basically censor and silence and label everything as hate speech or disinformation. They just can't let the ideas stand and actually debate the issues. I mean, you see this quite often, like during interviews, name your politician, name your, public figure. They sometimes don't answer the question directly. Sometimes they kind of step around, they dance. And when they do that, that something shady is going on. And that's all we're getting from these people. And when you see things that are not transparent, not like clear, then they're shady. And there's a reason why they're shady. And it's like the CDC numbers. I mean, trying to get, relevant numbers, meaningful numbers from them is, on their website is like pulling teeth. It's not.
That was fooling around with these viruses. Prohibited. Despite that, Dr. Fauci gave $3.7 million to the Wuhan laboratory.
The CDC website, just like pretty much all of the other numbers, are not clear. And what we do know from the testing and the like is that, these numbers are bogus in like the best case scenario. In the worst case scenario, it's just scripted. It's not, it's just like they just invent the numbers. Like, okay, today it's 33, tomorrow it'll be 26, and then it'll be 66, and then it'll be, something else, right? And so whenever you...
that gives you high confidence that it originated in that Wuhan lab.
Martha, there's enormous evidence that that's where this began.
When you start seeing the predictive programming, when you start seeing the numerology, I mean, it's a sure thing that we're dealing with some kind of deep state 9/11 once again. How many have we seen, since 9/11? How many different shootings have we covered? from the Las Vegas Illuminati massacre to the Pulse nightclub shooting, many, many others, that we could name and go into, the Boston bombings. How many different, deep state Gladio B events have we seen since 9/11? I mean, it's endless, right? And here they are again, like, here's the numerology, here's the predictive programming, we got the receipt to the lab, they're all linked, talking about how they need to inject you and place you under house arrest, and people are asking questions like, do you think it might be them? And then you got the people like, there is no virus, there is no spoon, there's no desk, there's no chair, there's nothing, with people like that, it's not even worth wasting your time really, because, look, it's an interesting concept, but they wouldn't have all of these labs out there if there was no virus. And, I think everybody's had the flu, it's either the virus or they're, spraying you with something. And, look, for the time being, it looks like there's a virus. And to just flat out dismiss a virus at this stage is like letting Fauci and Bill Gates go. We need to be focused on the situation. These are war crimes. They've gone beyond the rules of engagement here. And it's obvious that they've declared war. This, system has declared war on people. They just want to kill people for some reason, like American Psycho. There's people out there like that. These people just want to kill people for the fun of it, and they're just like erecting different ways to do it. It's like, look, I'll invent a way to kill the sheeple and they won't even know, and they laugh about it at their, Pizzagate eyes wide shut type of, rituals and the like. And everybody knows this is the case. I mean, if you want to, be delusional about what's going on out there, that's, totally up to you. But everybody knows, what's going on out there with the pedo wood and, all of these eyes wide shut types of scenarios. And what makes it worse is you've got cases like Gray State, Seth Rich. I mean, it's just, really bad out there. Really bad out there. How's everybody doing in the audience? Are we boring you? Are you happy to have tuned in to Stranger Than Fiction News? Look, I think I'm going to play this compilation of 33 cases so I can have a drink here. Video guy is thirsty. Be right back. But listen to this. Be amazed, ladies and gentlemen.
And I say, as of today, at this hour, we have 33 confirmed positive tests for the virus.
Yesterday we had 22 cases. Today we have 33 cases, so it has gone up by 11. That brings, those are 11 new cases. 22 goes to 33.
As we sort through this here in Arkansas, today we have 33 confirmed positive cases in Arkansas.
As of today, we have 33 confirmed cases with Boston residents. We expect those numbers to climb.
As of this afternoon, we have 33 Pennsylvanians who have tested positive for COVID-19.
So as of this morning, there were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
Evening to you. Lots to get to tonight. I'm Leon Hendricks. We want to start with new information into our newsroom. Within the past couple of hours, there are now 33 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Michigan.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Richard Gearhart. Karina Corral has the night off. More cases of the coronavirus were confirmed today in San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number now to 33.
Right now, Georgia is reporting a total of 99 cases in 19 counties. That is 33 new cases from just yesterday.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Swenson. More cases and more events affected. Here is the latest coronavirus news. There are now 33 cases in Louisiana.
As expected, the number of cases of COVID-19 jumps. A total of 33 people in our state have been tested and are confirmed to have the coronavirus.
So when they start scripting the numerology, you know that this is part of the deep state Agenda 21, New World Order, Skull and Bones, Bohemian Grove, Davos, Devils, Santa Claus, Satan Claus kind of thing going on out there. So, you know, most of you should be super, super awake by now, 20 years after 9/11. And, you know, if anybody out there needs like a reminder what we've gone through as a country, as a people over the last 20 years, well, you know, this isn't 101. But look, there is no question in anybody's mind right now that they've dosed the world, they've infected the world with their virus, and they're trying to leverage this virus against people. Get your chip, get your papers, get your vaccine. Otherwise, you know, home confinement, home isolation, house arrest. And now, you know, in Melbourne, they're like, you know, they're sending, you know, the 5-0, the army door to door. And without a warrant, they can enter. If you're not home, you get like a $10,000 fine. You know, it's it's getting crazy. And this is really just kind of like the beginning. And again, they're sitting on a whole, you know, stockpile of different strains of viruses, each, you know, worse than the other. And so they can just kind of like stagger the release and just make it seem like, oh, there's mutations, it's worse this winter, you know, and this, that, and the other. And they can also kind of like tame it down by releasing, you know, basically bunk coronavirus that spreads but that doesn't cause disease and that gives you cross immunity. And so that's probably another way that they're going to steer this virus, as well as with the death towers, which is something that we've been talking about quite a bit. And look, you know, there are years of studies talking about the dangers of EMF and that type of radiation. And, you know, we feel that everybody should be aware of their surroundings when it comes to EMF radiation, whether it be the phones, the tablets, the laptops, and the like. And, you know, it might be the perfect way to get, you know, the kid off the phone, because, you know, unless you brainwash them into thinking they are irradiating themselves like Fukushima, you'll probably never, you know, really have a conversation with them again. And, you know, look, we could talk about, you know, the new world all day. I hope most of you out there are from the pre-9/11 world. You remember, you know, going out partying without your cell phone for the most part, and life was good, you know. And they stole that away from everybody, and now they're all zombies looking at their phones, hunched over, you know. And it's horrible. It's horrible. You know, they so missed out on life, and we should be thankful for, you know, the times that we had. I'm so thankful for the 90s, ladies and gentlemen. How many people remember the 90s? And I'm sure some people are going to say, oh, the 80s were awesome. 70s, dude, you know, Dazed and Confused and all that stuff. But the world today, huh? Ain't it just messed up? And look, we're going to be part of that legacy if we do nothing. It's just like how our tax dollars genocided a bunch of Iraqis and, you know, other people from the Middle East. You know, they had nothing to do with 9/11. You know, we just went in there and just like, you know, tore them up with our latest weapons, and we're like, wow, man, I saw that on live TV. I even saw that on slow motion on ScrewTube, and it was just fucking far out. And people have really lost touch with, you know, with reality. And, you know, that brings us back to the 5G and the 4G, the cell phones. I mean, people don't understand what they're doing when they're on their cell phone. You know, people don't understand the chemistry or the physics of the world around them. You know, and you see people running around like there is no virus, and it's just like... In any case, moo cows. You're just grazing in the pasture, waiting for the slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? But, yeah, people really need to do their research when it comes to what they're getting dosed with. And look, there's a lot of horror stories of kids with cancer. Just about everybody knows somebody with cancer these days. And most of it is environmental. Most of it is what they're injecting into the environment. And, you know, you can eat organic and drink, you know, pure water and all that stuff. But if you're carrying a phone around you all day, you got the router in the office, you got, everybody on a laptop or on a smartphone. I mean, everybody's just, getting irradiated at levels never seen before. And you want to pretend it's safe. And that's just like asking for trouble. And I think we've seen the terrible effects of that. Every case, every brain cancer case is pretty much related to this technology. And many other cancers as well. And who knows how many other diseases, neurological and the like. And there's a cause. I mean, even headaches, dizziness, sleep, poor sleep and all that stuff. It's your phone, either the blue light or the radiation. And, we hear all sorts of stories like, just got the new router and, the cat used to always sleep in the room and now it doesn't want to sleep there. What does the cat know? What do people know that you don't know? Or what do the animals know that you don't know? Probably a lot. So, yeah, we're just going to keep talking about the radiation. And we certainly, feel like getting a meter is really the best way to see exactly, where the safe zones are, what the impacts are. So, people should be able to, see that for themselves. We've looked at all of the meters, just like most people, and we think that the EMF 390 is the best deal. On Amazon it's $148. We sell it for $129, but you look at the reviews, you look at what it does, and it just blows away the competition. And I think everybody needs a meter. You don't have to get this one. You can get whatever meter you want, but this one will change your world, and it's fun. You put it in the GPS cradle, you drive around, and you just see the death traps. You see what people are getting blasted with out there from various sources, and you're seeing stuff that other people can't see, and that's kind of a trip. And when you see what people are getting blasted with their phones and stuff, I mean, that's when it really just kind of hits you like, wow. Every time I see somebody on their cell phone, like the cell phone to their head, I'm just like, wow, because they have no idea. And this is why we're getting the brain cancers. And, we could do a show on what these power outputs translate to, but, a lot of these lasers that you're seeing out there, the 5 milliwatt lasers are, something like what these cell phones put out, but like on a different, spectrum. Different frequency. And it's intense, man. It's not just like a little flashlight kind of thing. We're talking high powered laser that'll blind you in an eighth of a second kind of power. So it's at a different frequency, so it's not in the visible light spectrum. But if you could see what if you had goggles to see what these things are putting out, man, you'd be tripping all day looking at that stuff. Seriously, you'd be tripping out all day looking at that. You'd never leave home. You'd just be looking at the death hour through your goggles. Whoa, man. And they're everywhere. You'd be driving around seeing like the spotlights, seeing the beams and everything, and you'd just be flipping out. But this is obviously part of the health crisis in America, just like the drug crisis, just like everything else. I mean, it's part of the eugenics program introduced to kill. And yeah, these things are a menace. I know we have some news to cover. We're not just going to sit here and dwell on the death hours, but I think it's important that we talk about it each and every broadcast, and because it's a fair issue, to say the least, and nobody's talking about it. They're all selling it like it's wonderful. It's Mr. Wonderful, and it's coming up on your street, in your backyard kind of thing. So not sure what the video guy is doing. We're gonna try and communicate with the video guy. Moo Cows. Want to give a big shout out to everybody out there in the studio audience. And I saw a troll. I don't know why the trolls stick around. They're like, oh man, blah blah blah. Just change the channel, go somewhere else, man. It's your problem. Pat's Place, what's going on? Death to the New World Order. How you doing? Got Ruby out there. Is that SCM 33. Didn't we just talk about 33? DD, what you doing? Joanne Leon, Dura Saxon, MT Cali, greatest ever. Oh, there you go. What do I pick for a pseudo? I Cherish Crochet, Ghost Shadow, Sherry, what's going on? And it looks like we got 2 DDs in the house today. Kathy, many more, Jan Van, Moo Cows, Plumber Works, what's going on? And many others, all the regulars. Big shout out to everybody out there. We got a Rohan, Star Rose, many others hanging out with us on the backup channel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can hit the news real quick. You can find all of these articles on our website, stfnreport.com. And I thought we had something super mega on the left-hand panel. I'm not sure. Maybe that'll work. 1998, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. 2020, I did not have sexual relations with those children. Pizzagate, bitches. Everybody knows about the Pizzagate. Everybody knows what these people are into. Just saying. Ooh, Cicero action. Be sure to check out what's going on at the Geelong Labs in Melbourne. Let's just hit the news, huh? Shall we? What can a COVID antibody test tell you? Pretty much nothing, given the accuracy, but, they'll use, a test that's 50% accurate to blackmail you into all sorts of things. Child sex trafficking seems to be a thing for friends and associates of the Clintons. Remember the Silsby case? I mean, all of these people are, tweeting about it. Remember the James Gunn, Disney thing, everything, all the Disney cartoons, the Pedo Wood, the Open Secret, Microsoft aiming to buy TikTok's entire global business. So Bill Gates wants TikTok now. Interesting. Defenseless victims were all little puppets. Does that look like Zuckerbot? Who does that look like? Church at Walmart now. It's the only place that people can congregate. It's okay to go to Walmart, but it's not okay to do anything else. It's okay to go to Amazon, to go to Fakebook, but nothing else. So you can see the monopoly. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, ye, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. The CDC is not an independent agency. It's a vaccine company. See anything special here? Social distancing standards, 6 feet apart. And they actually put out signs like this. Red cross, upside down cross, the symbolism, the numerology, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's a disease. What else we got here? Can you see it? Can you see it now? Ladies and gentlemen. This is, that's a nice looking mask. Let's see. Sweden's top epidemiologists. We see no point in wearing masks. They're still there. Sweden survived. No, no masks, no shutdown. And what's this? Google says home device listening for every home sound as an accident. So like when you're, basically defecating, it's there, like counting, calculating how regular you are. I mean, look, the Skynet knows more about you than you do. You know what I mean? Ever try playing chess against a computer? You better unplug this shit now, ladies and gentlemen. And so, let's see, the World Trade Center in Brussels was on fire. The building did not implode. Didn't we just find out a few days ago that former President Bill Clinton, denying it multiple times, was in fact on Epstein's Island numerous times? 2014 or earlier article, scientists condemn crazy, dangerous creation of deadly airborne flu virus. Now, how is it that GMOs and gain of function works? It's because it's all based on a computer code. a genetic code, the DNA, a triplet code instead of a binary code, and codes for micromachines. It codes for, life, all of life. And without it, there is no life. There are no proteins. Life cannot sustain itself without the programming language. That's the best proof of creation in science right now. Totally censored, worse than hydroxychloroquine. And if, they actually taught the real science in schools, we wouldn't be a nation of degenerates right now. But instead, they feed people like the black hole, the lie, the devolution, the Santa Claus, the Luciferian propaganda, the sexualization at schools. I mean, it is Sodom and Gomorrah hardcore. These people are cult members, and they're out to kill you. You better wake up and get organized. Red Dawn. I mean, the communist invasion happened a long time ago. And the like. Let's see. So, you cannot go to church, work, school, voting booths, or bars after 10, but you can protest, go to liquor stores, marijuana shops, and bars before 10, and other various rules and the like. And, elections 90 days away, still no debate. Doubt we'll have a debate given the way, Biden is. Creepy Biden just not all there. So highly doubt that there will be a debate. But if there is a debate, it should be interesting. Maybe it'll be all CGI. We don't know. It's all part of a script. It's like watching wrestling, and you're just waiting to see what they've written into the script. But never forget that, or else you might get sucked into the illusion. The Clean Network wants to purge America's internet of Chinese telecoms. So we're going to have our internet. They're going to have their internet. Up to 500,000 Brits suffering effects of long COVID, which includes chronic fatigue. If you're feeling the chronic fatigue, take magnesium, manganese, zinc. Find a find a supplement that has that with some B vitamins, and you'll get all your energy back and be like new. But we see that there's at least 500,000 people in the UK suffering from chronic fatigue after the COVID wave. And if that feels like you, a weird type of fatigue too. It's not exactly fatigue, it's a weird type of fatigue. Kind of like mono, but magnesium, you get your energy back. And we're going to start focusing, on some of these groups that are suffering needlessly, thanks to Fauci and Gates and the like, waiting for the remdesivir or something like that, $10,000 a dose. Thousands of coronavirus deaths will be wiped off the government's official toll. This is mainstream news. So they're now admitting their numbers are fake. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm sure that somebody is going to come by and say, that's not right. But it's right there. They're saying it. They're saying it, ladies and gentlemen. So that pretty much brings us back to yesterday's news, even though we haven't really done the news in quite some time. Lockdown in New York City, they're closing down businesses. Who wants to live in these, libtard cesspools where they're going to close down your business and, turn you into a prisoner in your own home and overtax you and all that? I mean, they're just like, they might as well just stick the needle in you and start, sucking out your blood like the parasites that they are. Send these people back to hell. I think we'll have to leave it there. Big shout out to everybody out there. Buy the Video Guy beer. All the info in the video description, hopefully. And, if not, patreon.com/STF News. Check out our website, stfnreport.com. Check us out on Facebook, and that's STFN Reloaded. Big shout out to Bella Marie, the person that administers that page. And there you go. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening to this, you are